Hey guys, Anthony Ace Michael is back from bestsportspickstoday.com. Looking into the play-in games. Hopefully everybody listened to the last video on the teams that I was trying to focus on the last couple months of the season. Just focusing on these teams, betting them down the stretch, going against certain teams I knew would drop down, like the Cleveland Cavaliers or one team, and teams that I knew would be moving up. Definitely like the Phoenix Suns and Lakers, and teams like that. Hit a nice parlay with the Suns and Lakers. But that's the thing. You have to focus on any parlay that you bet. Make sure you bet two of the same bet. So if you're going to bet a $200 parlay, you bet $200 parlays. This way you'll have a chance to cash out. And this is really extremely important, especially when you want to try to take profits here. And it's not about how much you win, it's about how much you don't lose. So I took a parlay today. I cashed in 529. It covered my two $200 bets of 400, so I was up 129 no matter what. Because in the NBA, it's a lot different than any sport. Team could be down 30 points and come back and win in the second half. Didn't want that to happen. All these teams are the best of the best right now, and that does happen. You're going to see it in the playoffs. So when you're betting these parlays, make sure to do that. Fortunately, the other one won, cashed in, got some nice payout, got some money for the playoffs. Looking into these play-in games, very interesting. Kind of what I expected. I didn't expect Durant to play LeBron, or LeBron to play Curry, or Curry to play Durant in the first round in a play-in. So that exactly played out how I thought it was going to play out. Phoenix moved up, Lakers moved up, then the Pelicans moved down, Sacramento moved down to play, went on a losing streak at the end of the season because their players were hurt. They're playing Curry. So looking in on Tuesday playing games, Lakers at Pelicans. We just seen this game today. Lakers destroyed the Pelicans. I don't care if Anthony Davis's back got hurt at the end of the game. Lakers are +1 in New Orleans. I like the Lakers a lot here. I'm going to take the Lakers, couple hundred. That's the way I play it out. And then I'm going to play a parlay with the Warriors and Kings. I don't see Steph getting eliminated in a play-in. Kings are banged up. Warriors are one of the best teams on the road. Everything pointing in the Warriors' favor. They're only -1, so I'll take the money line. -12 right now on FanDuel. I'm locking it in because it will move. And yeah, if the Lakers do lose this game, what I'm going to do is double up on them in the winner of the Warriors and Kings. So the Lakers might play the Warriors in the second round of that play-in, if you call it. But I doubt it. I think the Lakers are going to dominate once again. They know how to beat the Pelicans in this situation. They just did it. So the Lakers will move up. Pelicans will probably play the Warriors. I do believe the Warriors will win that game. And you'll have all the superstars in the playoffs. That's just the way I see it playing out. So Lakers is going to be my bet. Warriors is going to be my bet. And then I'm going to do a $100 parlay. So I'm going to do two $50 parlays, Lakers and Warriors. Looking in on Wednesday, I do like the Atlanta Hawks over my Bulls. They're getting +3.5. It's just way too much. Take the points. Don't get greedy in these games. That's one thing I've learned. Your team could lose a playoff game and you still win. So I like the Atlanta Hawks. If my Bulls win, I'm going to be super happy, super stoked. I'll have my DeRozan jersey on, ready to go. And if the Hawks win, I'm not too upset because I'll be winning some money here, and I'll do the 200 on the Hawks, and I'll do 200 on the Miami Heat +4.5. Way too many points in a play-in game. The Heat are better than they were last year, and they're in the NBA Finals last year. So they got Hero back. They got Terry Rozier back on the team this year. They're both healthy. They're sharpshooters. They're consistent scorers to help Jimmy. Man, it's going to be pretty interesting. I do see this team going pretty far, but could they lose to the 76ers? Yeah, they're like 8 wins in a row. Embiid's back. They're in Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. It's going to be a hard game to win. I do get it. And if they lose that game, they're going to go on to win and beat the Hawks or the Bulls. Last year, the Bulls were up late, pretty decent, and they blew the lead. Jimmy Butler beat them, and look what happened. He was a few games away of winning a title. So I like the Hawks here. I like the Heat here. And I like the parlay here, two $50 parlays. And then maybe I'll splash in a $25 parlay with those four teams. That's just the kind of way I see it playing out. And then looking into the playoffs, it's not set yet, but we do know that Milwaukee's going to play Indiana, and I like Milwaukee a lot here. I don't think that Indiana, young as they are, they're looking great. I don't think they could beat a Milwaukee team of this caliber. I do have them going to the NBA Finals if everything plays out okay. But the Miami Heat are still going to be there, and I do really like that team. There's only a couple teams I see making it to the NBA Finals, and believe it or not, man, it's the Heat or the Bucks for me. I can't see anybody else beating them. I know Boston is 64-18. They haven't beat anybody in the playoffs. They always look terrible. They're always the best regular season team. I hate to bash a team that's playing so well. 37-4 at home, has home court throughout. I just don't see it. I seen the Knicks moving up. They're a team I don't think could get it done against some of these teams that are built for 7-game series. So I like the Milwaukee Bucks a lot here, but I won't be playing any individual games because any team could lose at any given time. So I'm never going to put big money on it, but I'm going to do my series parlays. And I'm going to have that video out once we get it all set up. But that's what I like. I like the Cleveland and Orlando. This is kind of a toss-up game. I do like Orlando a little bit. They were one of my teams that were a sleeper this year. So that's a team I'll probably stick with in this series. I do see that Orlando is not the greatest on the road, but they are a terrific home team. I mean, they're the second best home team in the East. So I do expect them to play very well at home. Could they steal one in Cleveland? Maybe. It's going to be I say a who cares series because whoever wins this game is going to be playing, maybe Boston, maybe Miami. So if Miami loses this play-in game, they're going to be playing Boston probably in the first round, and Boston does not want that. But I don't think it'll happen. I think Miami could squeeze by a tough Philly at home, and then Miami would play New York in the first round, and that's a pretty easy one for me. I do think Miami would win. Why am I so hot on Miami? They've been playing together for a little bit now. They know how to win tough games. Just when you think they're out, they got Kevin Love coming off the bench. Man, their starting five is hot, and they have so many guys. They did lose Strus, but remember they didn't have Hero last year, and he's better than Strus. I mean, he's an all-around player. He plays defense. He could slam dunk, take the ball in, fadeaways, post-up player. He's the real deal there. You just got to stay healthy. But enough about that. Let's look at the West real quick. The games that are set right now are the Lakers and Dallas. This is the only one I am not too sure on. I know what Lakers team shows up in the playoffs, and they're a team that always disappoints every time. You think the Lakers or the Clippers are going to do something, and they never do. I'm leaning Dallas here in this series. We're going to see what it is. I'm sure Dallas will be a slight underdog here, maybe like plus 150 for the series. That's a team I'm going to probably be putting in my series parlays. The other game that we have set is Minnesota and Phoenix. I like Phoenix a lot here. They come in this game, ready to win. Plain and simple. I mean, they just beat Minnesota. They beat them pretty badly. They have veteran players. Devin Booker's not a winner, right? We know that. He's not a playoff player. But could they win a first-round series? Of course they could. I think Phoenix is a no-brainer here. Minnesota is a young team coming up. They're going to be very good for a long time. It's just that they ain't going to be able to beat a Phoenix Suns team right here. I do think Phoenix could probably lose the next round because that's what they do. Don't expect this team to go, and if they go into the finals and it's the Suns and Bucks again, that's the one that I threw out there for $25 times 2 because it was a huge payout, and I was like, man, I'm getting a ton of money here for a couple bucks, and it could happen. They're superstar players. Anybody could win. The NBA is wide open as it gets. It's going to be very, very hard to beat the Denver Nuggets in the West. That's kind of where I'm leaning. I know they're a big favorite here, but they have to prove to me that they could lose a 7-game series, and it's going to be very hard. I mean, if the Lakers win this first play-in game, they're going to have to play the Denver Nuggets, and that's one reason why I think it could possibly happen to where LeBron doesn't want to win this game. Maybe coaching doesn't want to win. I know that they always want to win, but it's in their better interest maybe to lose and not have to battle the defending champs in the first round. If they lose this game, and then it'd be the Pelicans and the Nuggets. Of course, the Nuggets are going to win, man. The Nuggets probably could sweep the Lakers again if they wanted to, and the Lakers know this. So the Lakers would probably rather play Oklahoma City Thunder, a young team, number one seed, really doesn't belong in a number one, but definitely a team that I was very high on in the 6th seed last year. I love what they were doing. I figured they'd be a top 3 seed this year. Everything's playing out, according to plan, and the NBA is one of those things. It's one of my top percentage, but playoff NBA is number one for me. I know I do very well in NFL, definitely the first half of the season, and going forward, it's been very profitable. But NBA playoffs, a month and a half long, is definitely my bread and butter. Is where we shine. So let's start get some of these plays here. Let's focus on those play-in games. I'll come back with another video. I'll have a breakdown article for you on bestsportspickstoday.com, probably like Friday after everything's said and done. I will see you this coming week, guys, and make sure you start cashing in on it.